Hello and welcome to OneHome. My name is Keith Hensley with CoreLogic, and OneHome is the latest evolution of the Matrix client portal. It does not replace Matrix. You still use Matrix. It's just replacing your clients' portal that they currently use today in Matrix. And that's what this webinar is. I'm going to explain the whole situation to you, and it will be going live on Wednesday, September 1st. So you're getting an early look at what's coming down the road. And on Wednesday, September 1st, around 10 o'clock, we do have another webinar. It's pretty much the same webinar. So just in case you need to watch it again or see it again, or maybe even have some questions about it now that you've seen it today and have some time to think about it, you can bring your questions and sign up on another webinar, which will be on Wednesday, September 1st, the day we go live with OneHome. So what are the benefits to the OneHome portal versus the old Matrix portal? And I call it old because we're replacing it, but old in your terms means that you're currently using this Matrix portal. So when this new OneHome portal comes, how does it compare or differ from your current portal that your clients are using? Well, first, there's more information, a lot more information, and OneHome is providing your clients with a lot more information. And the reason why we are giving your client a lot more information is because we don't want them to leave your portal. We want them to stay right there on your portal that you initiated and sent listings to your clients. Because in the current client portal, the Matrix portal, there wasn't enough information that after they see some basic information from the listing, they were going out to other national sites such as Realtor.com or Zillow. And then we all know that once they do that, there's a good chance they might meet up with another realtor and start working with them instead of you. So by providing them more information, we're hoping that they'll stay with you and not linger off to another site. Second, there's a marketplace for your clients to use. This is one piece of the puzzle that provides your clients with more information is a marketplace, because again, since the client portal that you currently use doesn't have a marketplace, they would simply go off somewhere else, open another tab, another window on their computer, and start searching for mortgages and insurance quotes and renovation projects, getting quotes on any one of those three type of areas in the real estate industry. Well, there's going to be a marketplace where they can stay right there on your portal that you provide them, and they can do it safely and conveniently. And I will talk about that here today too. Third, it's easier to use on mobile devices. I think we all agree that when we send listings to our clients, a good chunk of your clients are using mobile devices to search. And yes, the current client portal, which I call the old Matrix portal, does work easily on a phone, on a cell phone, but the new one will be so much more responsive, and I think you'll agree that your clients will like it better on a mobile device. And speaking of mobile devices, that brings us to number 4. You can now text listings to your clients, and that's something that in a marketplace is something I'll show you near the end of this hour-long webinar, is how you will be able to text listings to your clients, and not just direct emails, just not a search that you manually pull up and hit the button to email it and or text it to them. This is also going to text them their auto emails, the automatic ones that you send out too. It'll text your clients, both of them, if that's what you want to do. And I'll demonstrate that also. But just remember, this all starts on September 1st. So kind of get ready. It's just a week and a half away from today here. Okay, so this is how things are today. What you as the agent use, you use Matrix. This is your Williamsburg MLS Matrix system on the left-hand side. And this is currently what your clients use today, the client portal that looks something like this. And although it looks nice and has function adequately for many years with our clients, it's going to get a facelift. So on September 1st, Matrix will stay the same. There is nothing changing with Matrix. Well, very little has changed, and I'll show you that change. But what is changing is your clients portal. Instead of seeing this portal, your clients will now see a new portal called OneHome. And it's also very important to know that we do all the heavy lifting and shifting for you and for your clients. So there's nothing extra that you will have to do or your clients will have to do. So for example, if you've been sending listings to your clients today and they open it up, they see it on their client portal. But when September 1st comes, it doesn't matter if you send them a new email with listings or they open up one of your previous emails before OneHome came. Either email, when they use it and open it, it'll take them to their new portal with all their listings right there waiting for them. Even if your clients have saved notes or saved listings, those will transfer to the new portal automatically also, okay? So there is no extra work that you have to do or your clients. You don't have to resave or resend out those previous listings to your clients. It'll just automatically convert over. So basically maintenance free there. So how do your clients see their OneHome portal? What do you have to do to see it? Well, you do the same as you always done. You just keep sending them listings, whether you just do a manual search and pick them and send it to them that way, or you do an auto email. And hopefully, I think most of us know what an auto email is. It's when the system automatically emails them new matches based on a search that you have saved for them. Either way, they'll be taken to their OneHome portal. And even if you text them listings, which I will cover, to you. No matter how they get those emails from you, email or text, auto email or text, they click on the link, takes them to OneHome, whether they're on their cell phone, mobile device, and that's what you're seeing down here. Where can they view their emails? On any device where they can get their emails. Desktop computer, laptop, Macs, tablets, Apple devices, Android devices, iPhones, Android phones, whatever, okay? Really, really nice. And speaking of cell phones, since I'm on a computer today, actually a laptop, I can't really, I kind of can emulate what it looks like on a cell phone, but this is just two screenshots of what it looks like on an iPhone on the left or an Android on the right-hand side. But as I log into OneHome today, I'll try to resize my screen down to the size of a cell phone and show you just how responsive the OneHome client portal is out there. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to close this down, and now we are in your matrix system in Williamsburg. Now it looks just like this. Now I cannot show you everything. I can show you OneHome in your system today because I have access to it in your account where you don't. But when it comes to the marketplace and the texting ability, I'm going to have to show you that in another account that is already live with it, because we can't turn that on, not even for me, until we go live on September 1st. But one thing here on Matrix, as I log in here, I know just by looking at this Matrix screen that I have OneHome turned on for me, because look at my little recent OneHome visitors here. Yours doesn't say recent OneHome visitors. Yours says recent portal visitors. That's how I know that you're going to have the old client portal for now until September 1st, but I have the new OneHome portal, okay? Because my little widget here says OneHome. But other than that, it looks just like Matrix, correct? I mean, it looks just like what you use today. Now, there's two areas I want to take you to that will change, and it has already changed for me, but let me show you. So make a note, because you can't see this in your matrix system today because you don't have it yet. So under your name up here at the top, at the very top right, we call it a utility menu where it has your name, hello, and then your name. If you open that up and click on settings, it takes you to this section here. And hopefully all of us have been to this section before. Well, if you go to the My Information section, what you're going to see in here is a new tab called OneHome. That is something you don't have today, but you will have it on September 1st, okay? If you go to the second tab called Header and Footer, how things are today is you have a banner here. You still will have a banner on Wednesday, September 1st, but it'll only be a printable header, okay? Your header in here now is used for your client portal. Well, when OneHome comes, we don't have a banner at the top. We do have branding, and that's what the OneHome tab is, but it's not the same banner that you've used. But you can still use this banner when you're into after we cut over to OneHome, to the OneHome portal, okay? So I just want to let you know, even though it's not being used on your client's portal anymore, you can still use it to print stuff out. So if you go to the last tab here, now remember you can't go here until September 1st, next or a week from Wednesday. But when you go to OneHome, we pull all this branding stuff over for you. So whatever you had in your branding before or today, it will be pulled over. Remember I said we do all the heavy lifting for you and for your clients? Well, it will already be here. I'm just pointing this out because you might want to just go here and double check it and or make updates to it, okay? But again, you can't do it until Wednesday, September 1st. But whatever photo you're using, and I'm just using my wedding photo from last year because my wife makes me look better, makes the picture look better. You can change it or you can use no photo here. I think we all should use some kind of photo, whether it's you or your company logo or something there. And as you scroll down, this is where we pull over all that information that you had set up already. It's already here. And if anything is wrong, and if you're not able to change it, definitely contact your MLS and they should update it for you. But if you're scrolling down, whatever information, including a video, whether it's from YouTube or Vimeo, you can upload a video on here. And I just did one of Williamsburg, exploring Williamsburg. I like to do that whenever I show this off to an MLS like yourself there. Just like to have something there. You can see it, I just copied and pasted the YouTube video there. So some of us might have a video of the location or of our office or of us. And if you have something like that, why not take advantage and throw it in there? And I will show you where it shows up at. But I've also got a nice little title up here, and I've even got a nice little message up here, just so when my clients go to it and they see it, this is, I want them to see this message here, okay? So just make sure it looks good, and if you don't have everything updated, go in and update it on September 1st. But that's all I want to show you, and that was found again under settings and under my information here, okay? And that was that last tab called OneHome. Let me go back to settings. I don't know if you guys know this, but do you know in Matrix, there's a thing called a portal notification settings that when clients would save or leave you notes on their portal, do you know that Matrix could text message those to you? See right here, notify me ASAP via a text or an email or a daily summary. I'm pointing this out because this has been here for a few years, but not a lot of people knew about this. So OneHome will definitely benefit from this feature also. So take advantage of this. This is not a OneHome feature. This is something Matrix has been able to do for several years now. So I like whenever a client adds a note, see under text me ASAP, also email me ASAP, and once a day, give me a recap or a summary of who has done what on their portal, because I don't want to miss anything my clients do on their client portal. And if you do want text messages, and this is not the text messaging I was talking about, this is just me getting updates via a text message. Just make sure you click this link right here, and it opens it up, and you can type in your 10-digit cell phone number and then pick your cell phone provider here. And then when you hit this send me a verification code, within a minute, you're gonna get a 4-digit text. You're gonna get a text with a 4-digit number in here. And I'm gonna open my cell phone up here. And I just got a text, I got it on silent, 5065. You just type in that number, 5065, and if it's correct, you save it. And if everything is like you like it, hit save again, and now you will get text messages whenever clients do something on their cell phone based on what you like there. So I just want to throw that in because not a lot of people are using that feature, and with OneHome, I think you definitely want to use that, but I think you should have been using that 3 years ago too, just FYI there, okay? Okay, so that was under your name and settings. Well, let's go back out. Let me show you one other little area inside of Matrix that has been or will be changed when OneHome gets rolled out. And it's very, very small, but I think it's important for you to see it. Well, and it's under your contacts, which is under My Matrix. So My Matrix contacts, because that's where OneHome pertains to. It pertains to your contacts. So when you come in here and you click on one of your contacts here, like my friend Steve and Rosa, you're going to see this new thing down below here that talks about OneHome. There's going to be a planner here, Discover Planner, property fit preferences that you can see, and I'll talk about this property fit. And what, well, I'll go and talk about now. What a property fit is, your clients can, if they want, go through a little property fit preferences, and they answer these 7 questions, and there's their answer, there's Steve's answers. And if you scroll down a little bit more, he can see their interior features or exterior features, because the property fit will ask them their top 3 interior features they're looking for and their top 3 exterior features. And then we'll ask them, rank them. Out of those 6, 3 interior and 3 exterior, put them in the order of most importance there. And what it does is gives a little score next to each property that I send them, or next to each property they find themselves on the client portal. And you'll see that in action in a moment. And then just like currently, you can see all their recent activity that they've been doing out here. Okay, so you can see what your clients are doing. And up here, you can see what they have saved, what they discarded, and any notes that they have left here too. You can see all that stuff there. Auto emails, and if, watch this, if you go to auto emails or even searches, save searches here, but I'll show this under auto emails. Not only can you see their auto emails, but you can actually open it up within OneHome to see what it looks like. It's a little preview, a little agent preview of what Steve and Rosa's OneHome portal looks like. See, I'm in a preview mode, but this is Steve and Rosa's OneHome portal. Should be some listing. There we go. Okay, there's those listings in OneHome. So it's just a little preview of what they see in on their OneHome portal. It's just open portal. Just open that up and click on open in OneHome. Okay. OneHome searches. Remember, if your client has saved any searches on their current client portal, they automatically transfer over to their new OneHome portal. And this was a search that Steve had saved on his previous Matrix portal, but now that OneHome has been turned on for him, he can see it also here in his OneHome portal. And I can see, I'm sorry, this is for me to see. So I'm in Matrix. Steve won't be in Matrix. So inside of Matrix, I can see what he's saving himself. I can see all the emails I've ever sent him. And if I go to details, I can see if he's used a planner inside of Matrix or inside of OneHome, or if he's done the property fit preference, and if he's saved or discarded anything. Okay. And one last thing. Here's another very slight change, and it might be a feature you never knew about with Matrix. Let me move out here. Let's say I do a search for Steve and Rosa. I put my search criteria in and I go to results. Do you know you had this feature? Oops, it's not that one. I keep getting that error message, not an error message, but a little thing on my computer there. But underneath refine, this is where you can select some listings and narrow or discard. But do you know you have this feature here called a view as? We call it the view as feature. If I say view as Steve and Rosa, Matrix can tell you if you've ever emailed those listings to Steve and Rosa. If I pick Tom and Liz, it'll tell me if I've ever emailed it to Tom and Liz. Okay, I thought it would change. How about Ray and Patricia? Oh, I did send those two. See, I've never sent it to Ray and Patricia. This is not a new feature, and here's Janelle. But let me show you the new feature. The new feature is this column right here called property fit. So when I sent this to Steve and Rosa, and Steve filled out his property fit score, do you know, first of all, there was two email addresses, Steve's right here and Rosa's right here. They both can set up their own property fit preference inside of OneHome. And these numbers are 0 just because we're not live yet. Once we go live and your clients do a property fit preference, you'll actually see numbers here, like a 52 or 39 or 73. And the higher that number is, it means it's better than, the higher the number, the better. It means it's closer to what they're actually told the property fit preference, what they're looking for. So if they said they'd rather have a newer house instead of an older house, well, newer houses will have a slightly higher score than an older house. But if that older house has a pool that they were looking for and the other one, it has a little calculation behind the scenes that will score and rate each property. And I can see that right here. And they'll see it on their OneHome account there. So that's a little change also, and it's part of the view as. But not a lot of people knew that under refine, we had an option called view as. And one, I wanted to show it off to you because you may not have known about it. And two, we added the property fit scores there for your clients. Okay, so it's pretty cool. But other than that, Matrix is the same. Okay, so this change is not messing up your daily workflow. You still do things the same as you always did. So if you will, take off your realtor hat and put on your client hat, because this is where the change has come. What I'm going to do as the realtor, I'm going to pick those 4 listings and I'm going to email it to one of my clients. In fact, I'm not going to email it to Steve and Rosa. I'm going to email it to someone else. I'm going to email this to another buddy of mine, Tom, and his wife, Liz. Okay, I'm going to email those listings. There's 4 listings there. I'm going to call it 4 listings for you. And just for the sake of time, I'm going to leave our message blank, but I do have my signature put in there, email signature. So I'm going to send those 4 listings to Tom and Liz, and it's gone. Okay, now like I said, nothing really has changed. So take off your realtor hat and put on your client hat, because I'm going to now log in as Tom. I'm going into an email, a generic email. This is not really Tom's email address. I'm just pretending it's Tom's because I don't have access to his real email account. So when Tom gets an email from me or from you, when it's turned on for you, they're going to see, and we are not live yet. So this message doesn't look great, okay, because we're not live yet. So, and plus I left it blank. I'm going to show you, because OneHome will have a nice new email template that will go with it, but I can't show it to you. I can show it to you in another account here in a minute. But right now, since we're not live, it doesn't, show. So, and let me close this up here. So when Tom gets this email from me and he clicks this link, this is what his new portal will look like. It's the new OneHome portal. And what I can do here is change the size of this screen to make it look like, maybe a cell phone or something like that. But this is Tom's new portal called OneHome. Let me squeeze the size down and watch how responsive the screen is. See how it's just a map now, but if he scrolls over like this on a bigger screen, it now changes with a map and thumbnails on the left-hand side. So if he's on his cell phone, which will probably be kind of small like this here, this is what it looks like on a cell phone. He can toggle back and forth and turn the map off and look at listings this way instead of the map. because when he's looking at his phone, he may, I don't like the map on there. I just want to see the pictures. I'm a picture guy of the property. Or he can go right here and toggle and look at the map with those properties on here. There's 2 listings there. There's one up there, and there's one down here. So if he clicks on one, he sees a little preview of it there. If he clicks on another one, he sees a little preview of it down there. He clicks on the 2 right there, and now he can see one there, and he can see one down here. And then if he sees this down here, he can click on it, and it takes him to the pictures where he can scroll through and look at all 38 photos. He can see some basic information. He can click on that and see a map of just where this house is at, not all 4 of those houses, but just that one house. And there's actually going to be layers turned on there too, and boundaries, and I'll show you that. Here's some basic information, monthly calculator here where you can put in his own rates, interest rates, and I'll show you this when we go in live. But there's a lot of stuff here, even school ratings, tax data here. If this listing agent had an open house schedule, they would be able to see open houses here. They would see a walk score, a bike score, a transit score, tax history, and some other stuff. They can even add notes, view insights, even view attachments from the listing agent inside of OneHome there. Okay. And as they are on bigger and bigger and bigger screens, now all of a sudden these tabs open up. So it just depends on the size of the screen they're looking at. And look right down here is my branding. Okay, there's my branding with my phone number, my email address, and my website. So if they're on their cell phone or a tablet, they can just click on one of these to call me or email me or even visit my website right there. Okay. And if they click on view agent profile, now they're seeing that with that video over here. Remember that video I placed and my information there? And then see all contact information. Now, I'm not an agent, so your MLS doesn't have that much information on me in my office, so that's why a lot of mine is blank, where yours would be filled in, okay? So that's the basics of OneHome. That's what OneHome kind of looks like here. And let me zoom back out. Look over here. Notice there was only one. Now there's 2 houses here. Look, there's 2. I thought there was 4 listings. What happened to all 4 of them? Well, I zoomed in too close. So if I zoom back out, it's going to refresh. And now you're going to see 3. And if I refresh again, now I see 4. Okay, so it's very, very responsive here. A lot of you probably noticed it says activate account up here. Okay, let me talk about this for a second. That is something different that they never had to do in their current client portal. They never had to activate their account. And what activate account does is when they go here, first of all, they don't have to do this. They do not need to activate their account. But when they do go to activate their account, we already know their email address. All we're basically asking them for is for them to create a password. I already know their name. They know their name. We just want them to type in a name because maybe Tom, he likes to be called Thomas, or I call him Thomas, but maybe he likes to be called Tom. Well, he just types in the name that he likes. And then Liz, his wife, could type in her name. So they both have an email, so they both could activate their account if they wanted to. And they both create a password. I don't know that password. They are the only ones that know their password. But once they activate their accounts, what it does, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Let me cancel this, never mind. Huh. It should cancel that when I say, yes, I'm sure. Okay, I'll just close that down. I'll open it back up again. But by them activating an account, all it does is secure it. That's all it does, because the current client portal, when your clients save things, see the heart, or they leave notes on things, it was never password protected. So potentially anyone can see those notes. I leave notes for my clients. Well, you know what? People can see that. whoever they share that email with can see my notes that I leave for Tom and Liz. I don't like that. Well, Tom and Liz can leave notes and other people can see that too. Well, they probably don't like that either. So by them activating their account, it just secures it. And one other benefit to activating their account, if they go to another computer that doesn't have their email on, they can go to onehome.com and sign in with their email address and password. Okay. So if they go on vacation and they don't have their computer with them, or they don't have access to an email that I sent them and they want to check, just have them go to onehome.com, sign in with their email address and password, and they're good to go. Okay, so they can access it anywhere as if they activate their account. Again, I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to activate this account and show you just how much information they can see even if they don't activate their account. Here's the properties. Here's the points of interest. So if they zoom in on a neighborhood here, and they go to points of interest, we're going to have education and food and dining and other points of interest, lifestyles that they like. So here they can see, okay, here's a property and there's a property. Here's a school up here, the Matthew Whaley Elementary School is right there, so close to it. There's other food and places here, grocery stores, marketplace dinings right there. So they can see a lot of this stuff based on the lifestyle that they live on. We're also trying to see if we can get some other boundaries turned on. That's something I'm not really sure about, but if we do, but we're gonna see if we can get some other boundaries turned on for your clients. Over here, they can change it to a satellite view. They can change it to a hybrid view. And they can see, as they scroll in, they can see pictures of all that stuff there based on the um, view that they change it to. And now I zoomed in too close, so I lost one of the properties over here. There we go, there's one up there. So they can go back there, and they can even go to, that's points of interest. They can even go here and go to terrain view. Terrain view would show any hills and valleys. See the terrain over here that you can see there. So your clients have all that access there. Let's change this back to the normal one. Let me show you. Here's Pegman, the Google Street View guy. You can pull this over, and wherever it's highlighted, you can just drop them, and the client, Tom, can see the Street View from anywhere he wants. As long as Google has a Street View there, he can see it there. Okay. If he clicks on the photo here, it's going to take him into more information on this property. He can see the mortgage monthly cost calculator here. He can go in and see and change any of this information here, and it'll reflect on his monthly cost. He can see or change the mortgage, the interest rate, see or change the property taxes, see or change the home insurance, HOA fees, and utilities here. Okay. So another piece of information we're giving them so they don't leave and go somewhere else to do this, because we want them to stay with you and do all this stuff here. Now, they cannot add a note or request a tour until they activate their account. And when they request a tour, it's basically an enhanced note. That's all that is. It's a fancy note that's predetermined with a message with the date and times that they pick and choose there, but it doesn't go to the listing agent. It comes back to you as the agent. Whatever property this falls into, they can click on View Insights, and we'll show you, some basics: owner occupied rent, renter occupied percentage, median sale and median list price. Throughout the years, they can look at year by year of the median price. They can see how much has changed over the last 14 years, and they can see how much has changed since 2000 on a median sale price here. Scrolling down, they can see the median age, population of this neighborhood, median household income, unemployment rate, and then they can even do a demographics breakdown by age, education, or marital status there. Okay. But wait, there's more. They can see all 48 photos. I want to pull this up. I don't think this one does, but if they pull up this photo and they scroll through here, if the listing agent has put any comments, in fact, let me close this down. I know there's one pulled up the wrong house here. Let me pull up a different one. I think it's the one down here. I think it's this one here. When your clients click on photos, see right here, welcome to 129 Yorkshire Drive. Look how nice that is. The listing agent, as they uploaded all 35 of their photos, they went through and added captions next to each one. I think you should do the same thing. I don't know if you know that you can do that, but not only can you add the photos, but you can put little captions next to each one. And I think it really helps the client when they look at this, answer some of their questions for them. You know, like, yes, that is real hardwood floors, and it was just put down this year, and stuff like that. You know, so try to sell it a little bit more by putting captions next to each of your photos. And OneHome will display that there. That's something Zillow and Realtor.com doesn't do. They don't have access to the captions to each photos there. So I just want to mention that there. Like I said, listing documents here, so you can see the documents that the listing agent has uploaded here. So so you know, no need for me to email to them. If the listing has a virtual tour, they can see the virtual tour link here. They can see all the remarks that the listing agent left. They can see all the details, from the basic details to some more advanced details, interior and exterior details, room details here, building details, homeowners association, other facts and features. So they're seeing a lot of information from the listing, but we don't just stop with listing data. And we do show schools, but this schools up here is from the listing itself, from the MLS. But down below, OneHome goes out and gets all the elementary schools that are close by, all the middle schools and high schools that are close by, and even private schools. It tells you how close they are, number of students, the student per teacher ratio. And back here on the public schools, there is a rating here, and that rating is the latest available standardized test results from the Department of Education. That's what that rating is, but it only comes on the public ones here. So you can see the distance, the number of students, and the student per teacher ratio here. And John, are you saying we can add captions, or only the listing agent can do that? Only the listing agent can put captions on their photos. So John, if you have listings, you can put captions on your photos. You can't do it on anyone else's listings. So yeah, thank you for clarifying that. I can't do it for you, and you can't do it for me. But if I have listings, I can put captions there. So yes, absolutely. Okay. If I scroll on down, tax data is right here. You can see all the tax information. Okay. Scrolling down, if the listing agent had a open house, you can see when that open house is scheduled for, and there'll give me a little link here that they can add it to their calendar out there. You scrolling down, now they cannot save this as a favorite or reject it unless they activate their account. But they still see a walk score, a bike score, and a transit score. And this one by far is probably one of the nicest neighborhoods for walkability and bikeability. And is it transitability? So this one's got high scores on all that. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice to see there. Not many neighborhoods have a neighborhood that's meets all three of this that good there. There's the price history, the tax history, and then remember I sent them 3 other properties. Well, here's some similar homes. Those are the other properties I sent them. So a lot of stuff here. Something you don't see in this demo, just because we're not live yet, is a marketplace. Next to each property, you'll also have a, get mortgage rates, get insurance rates, or get a quote on a renovation. You'd have a marketplace over here. You don't see it here because we're not live with it yet. I'm going to show it to you in a moment, but just a reminder, they're going to have a marketplace here too. And you'd have a little marketplace tab up here as well, so they can go in and get quotes or insurance rates if your client wants to. And again, I'll talk about that in just a moment there. Okay, well, what happens? Okay, I showed you, if they click on this, all they have to do is, confirm their name and enter a password. They create the password there. We already know their email address. But once they do that, I'm just going to close this down here. I'm going to open up another tab. This is for Amelia Islands. Okay, just down the coast in Georgia there, Amelia Islands. And no, I'm sorry, it's I did a webinar for Golden Isle, Georgia, and this is a northern tip of Florida, way up there on the border of Georgia and Florida. But anyways, this is how it looks like if Tom and Liz did activate their account. When they do, they can see I'm their agent. If Liz activated her account, there would be two people here, Tom and Liz, but right now it's just Tom. It would walk them through a property fit score. Now, Tom's already done that property fit score. So look at these ratings over here, 72%, 63%, 75%. That's all based on his answers, and we calculate how each property compares to the answers he provided. So since he's already done this, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go through the property fit preference and change it so you can see what it looks like. We ask him 7 questions. He just goes through and changes it anytime he wants to. And Liz could have a different set of questions. In fact, most husbands and wives probably would have completely different questions and answers to the questions there. But at least it gives insight. I can see these answers, so I know what they're looking for. And then when he says done, now he's already done it, so it takes him through another set of questions. So let me go back to the property fit. It then asks him his top 3 interior and exterior features. So he picks the top 3, and he can only do 1 or 2. He doesn't have to do all 3. He can even hit skip if he wants to. He hits next, and then after he does the top 3 interior and exterior features, then he ranks them based on what he's looking for. And then he says next. Oop, there we go. Has been updated. Hits done. And now he's got new scores here, 59% instead of 63, 63 instead of 75, 70 instead of 73. So it's all based on his answers that he put in there, okay? Because he activated his account, now up here, he can see all the listings I've emailed him recently. So here's the listing, some listings, emails I've sent him recently with properties. He could do his own search prior to activating his account. It's just he cannot save his search unless he activates his account. So that's another benefit to activating an account there, okay? He can go up here and do a new search also, or he can click here and do a new search. And as he starts typing in a city or neighborhood or zip code, he can say what types of homes is he looking for, what price range is he looking for, bedrooms, square feet. He can even go to more, and under more, he can say what type of stories or features, or even some keywords of things he's looking for here too. And then of course he can save it if he likes. Here's that planner I was talking about earlier. Your client doesn't have to use this, but it's a nice little feature that if he's in a buying mode or a selling mode, what does he want to learn about the selling or buying process of real estate? Okay, maybe he's brand new. Well, this is all being provided on your behalf. So as Tom goes through this, he can click on one and see some of this information, and all it is just some tasks that he can look at. He can mark it as complete once he's comfortable with that, and go on to the next one if he needs to, and mark it as complete if he needs to, okay? And then these tasks just get turned off. You can go to the next category, browsing properties, and see things. And all it is stuff that we point them, we always direct them to ask you. You're their realtor, so we're always pointing them back to you as the agent to find out more information on any of these, on making an offers or the closing process, okay? But that's something he doesn't have to do if he doesn't want to. When he was looking at these properties, he could save anyone as a favorite or reject any of them here. And then when he goes to favorites, he scrolls down, he can see all the ones he's saved as a favorite or all the ones he's rejected out here too. And if he's already done this with his current client portal, they're already converted over. They're already saved here too. So he doesn't have to resave listings that he did on the previous client portal. They're already changed here. Here's the marketplace I was telling you about here. Let me pull up a property here. Let me click on this. Let me click on that one there. Let's go in and look at this property here. What he could do, he can go in and get a mortgage rate, add a renovation project, or compare a home insurance. When he goes into any one of those three, we let him know that his personal data is protected and only used on quotes. We reassure him that no unsolicited emails or calls ever, and compare quotes with no impact to your credit score. And FYI to you brokers and agents out there, you can provide recommendations from your broker or agent. So brokers and agents both can put recommendations at the top of the list, no matter if it's a mortgage rates, renovation project, or home insurance. They can get they can put you as the agent, or the broker can put in one and the agent can put in two more under each category here. So they see yours first. Brokers, if there's any brokers on here, if you do not like this option to get mortgage rates, your clients, or renovation rates, or insurance rates, as the broker, you can turn off one, two, or all three of those categories if you don't like those. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can turn it off, and it will be turned off for all of your agents too. But if you leave it on, you can put one vendor at the top, and not only you use it or see it, but all your agents will see it. And each agent can add two more underneath the broker's one, okay? So let me jump over real quick. I'm going to show you a screenshot that kind of walks through those options here. Marketplace, okay? Let me flip this on over here. Let me switch screens here. So like I said, your mortgage marketplace will be turned on at the top. That's the first place your clients will see it, and clients can connect with mortgage providers to ensure that they have their finances in check. So they can go through those. I showed you that's where it looks like on each one there. Clients are shown the unique benefits of searching lenders in OneHome so they can feel safe. It's much safer than if they went out to Google themselves and did it themselves. This is controlled inside of your site that we have for you, so we can protect it for them. And it's all in one location too. And they are told they will see recommendations from the broker and agent there. They answer a few questions like, this is a primary home, secondary home, or rental property. What's the purchase price? What area? What's the down payment here? What is their credit score? We don't need to know their credit score, but this is something they would just provide. It just helps gauge the quotes out there. Has your spouse ever served in the military? And some basic contact information here. Broker and agent prefers are displayed at the top. So see here at the top, your broker will have the top billing here if your broker puts someone in. Second ones, there would be two more options. So every agent can add two more underneath each of those three categories here. And then up to four more additional ones here. So broker first, the next two slots could be for an agent, vendors that they want to providers, and then the marketplace would be down below here. You can see quote details, more details on a mortgage offer or provide it if needed, including lender ratings and reviews. See the stars up here, okay? Setting up and managing the broker and agent providers inside a matrix. This is how you can do all this, put in your own. At the top of matrix, remember that settings area I pointed us to, and remember I went into my information and portal notification settings. Well, come next or a week on September 1st, the week from Wednesday, brokers will have a broker's choice right here. So brokers can go in and they can add their broker level provider, and all their agents will see those providers under mortgage or home pros or insurance rates. They go in, they just type in as much information as they can, phone numbers, email address, websites addresses, and then they select the appropriate conditions down here. And when they save it, it's there, and all their agents will have that as their mortgage provider, or as the broker's mortgage provider. Now the agents can do the same thing. They go to settings, but theirs is going to say agent choice. And they cannot mess up or delete the broker's choice, but they can add 2 more of their own in here. And then once they save it, they'll see it here, and it's only, this one's only for the agent, where this one here is for all the agents under that broker. Now broker, remember I said they can go in and opt out of any of those? Well, insurance rates. If necessary, a broker can opt out of an individual marketplace and not make it available to their agents and their clients, okay? They can do it just for 1, 2 of the 3, or all 3 if they want to. And when they opt out, it'll say, are you sure? And if they hit proceed, it'll be turned off. And then inside of the marketplace, instead of seeing 3 verticals, mortgages, insurance, and home professionals, they'll only see 2 that the broker did not opt out of, mortgages and home professionals, okay? And then here, instead of seeing mortgage rates, renovation, and insurance quotes, now they only see mortgage rates and renovation. They don't see insurance rates there, okay? It's safe, controlled, and objective. Your clients are searching for providers online, but find it overwhelming. So we're just making it an easy environment for them. They're on your site. We don't want them to leave and go somewhere else to do all this marketplace. We're trying to let them do it on your site, and you get to provide some of your providers. And no unsolicited calls ever, reviews from other consumers, and so forth here. Okay. Now, one last thing, texting. Okay, and then we'll be done. Let me open up Amelia Island again, because they're already live with this. Whenever you do a search, come September 1st, I cannot show it in your system, we're not live yet, but whenever you do a search and you find some listings, now you have the ability to pick some listings, hit email, and under email, not just email this to Tom and Liz, but now you can send them a text message also, okay? Hi, Catherine. If the broker opts out of mortgage insurance vendors, does that mean the agent can't add their own? That is correct, Catherine. So if your broker opts out, then whoever their agent underneath cannot do it either, whether it's just one of those or all 3. Exactly. You're welcome, Catherine. Thanks for clarifying that with me. Okay, so now I'm not just emailing those 4 listings to Tom and Liz, they're also going to get a text with those 4 listings on there too, okay? They always will get a text, or I'm sorry, they will always get an email. It's just a text or no text goes on. They cannot get just a text. They have to get an email too. I hope that makes sense, okay? Okay, now this texting goes a step beyond just a manual search. And what I mean by manual search was I had to log into Matrix, I had to put this criteria in, I had to go to results, I had to pick those listings, I had to hit email, pick my client, and then say text it to them also, okay? I had to do that. but it also applies to auto emails. Auto emails are the searches that you save as a new auto email. And not only can you save it and have it auto email it to them, it will be auto texted to them also. Okay. So this texting can be, these listings can be texted to your clients no matter if it's an auto email or a manual email. Okay. But here's the catch. Well, it's not really a catch. Here's the situation. Before you text it to Tom and Liz, before you have this ability to text it to them, there is something you're going to have to do. You have to go to your contacts first. And if I know that I want to text Tom and Liz because they told me they're interested in receiving text messages, if that's the case, you know what I need to do? I need to send them an opt-in request. I need to get their permission before I ever email or text them. Okay. Now I already did this and Tom's already accepted. You know how I know that? Look at his phone number here. See that green check mark? He's already opted in. So if I send him a text, whether a manual email or an auto email, he's going to get it because he has already opted in. If I go to my next client, Janelle, I can text her too. You know why? But you're saying, well, Keith, she doesn't have a check mark next to her phone number. How about this phone number? That was the cell phone number I had for her, but when I sent her an opt-in request, she typed in this phone number. So I must have had a bad phone number for her because when she accepted, she typed in that number and confirmed it. So I can text message Janelle too because she's already opted in. If I go to my third client here, Steve and Rosa, can I text message them? Nope, because there is no phone number with a checkbox. So before I ever text Steve or Rosa, I need to click this and send them an opt-in. They get an email and they have to click it. And when they click it, they give us the phone number. And I'll show you a screenshot of that there. One more situation here. John and Shannon. Can I text them? No, I cannot. You know why? But Keith, he has a phone number and it's been converted. He's confirmed it. See, green check mark. I thought you said green check mark means he can. Well, yeah, but John and Shannon has 2 emails in this one contact record. If they have 2 emails, they both must opt in. So I need to have 2 in here because there's 2 emails. Now, what I could do is I could go and edit this record and take Shannon's out, and then I could, because John's already accepted, then I could, or Shannon's going to have to accept it. And when she accepts it, you know, she can type in her cell phone number or even type in John's phone number. You know, nothing saying we can't do the same phone number twice in there, but that's the situation. And the whole reason, I'll explain why they need to opt in first, okay? Because right now it sounds like a little extra work. First of all, you might have hundreds of contacts in here. Does that mean you have to go to each contact and send them an opt-in request? Not necessarily. Who are you working with? Are you working with all 100 and something contacts, or are you just working with 10 or 20 or, you know, whatever? And even if you're working with 10 or 20 of them, do they all want text messages? I think I would start with the clients that you've been working with. See right here, My Last Juice. Sort it by the people you've been working with recently and start with them. Or sort it by the OneHome visit. If someone has never logged into OneHome, I probably don't need to get them to opt in to text messages because they've never opted into OneHome. Okay, so start with your most recent people that you've been working with and either ask yourself the question or ask them, do you want to receive a text message through Matrix there? Okay, so let me show you one more PowerPoint here and we'll be done. And I thank you for sticking with me here. Let me switch this over here. Texting. Okay, CoreLogic respects the privacy of others by adhering to the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and is fully compliant with anti-spamming laws. Okay, that is why they need to opt in, because we just can't sit there and allow you to start spamming people via text message. I don't know about you, but I get those text messages all the time from my car insurance rates. And my car was totaled 7 months ago, and I still get these text messages that my car insurance um, about it there. So I don't know how they're doing it, but I hate that, and I'm annoyed by it. So we want to protect you from your clients. So that's why your clients must agree to opt in, because you're just not sending them a one text here or one text there. You're sending it also on the auto emails. It's also tied into auto emails to where the system is automatically doing it, and that's considered spamming if you don't get their to opt in. Okay. There are multiple email addresses on a contact record. All must opt in. And once they agree, you will then be able to send both direct and auto emails of listings to them via a text. So when you send this to your clients to opt in, they get an email like this, and it says sign up now. It'll have your name at the bottom here. And then when they click on it, this is all we ask them for. What is your phone number? And once they agree to this and they activate text, boom, congratulations. Text messages notifications are now active. And this, they will immediately also get a text message immediately with this here. And that is what text messages will look like. When they receive it, all they do is click that link and it takes them right to their OneHome portal on their cell phone. Quick and convenient, nice and easy. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you're excited about what's coming. Not just the marketplace and OneHome, but also texting out there. It's all going to start on September 1st. So be prepared for this. Be ready for this, and maybe even start telling your clients about this. Maybe start talking to your contacts now and ask them, who wants to receive a text message of listings from Matrix when I do it there, okay? Now, you cannot opt them in yet. You cannot go to your contacts yet and say send opt in. In fact, let me open up your site here. So you cannot go to your contacts in Matrix now and opt them in, but at least you'll be prepared for it. So when I go to Tom and Liz here, you notice I cannot opt them in yet, okay? So they will be coming here very soon. Okay. Well, that's it. I do thank you for your time. I went 7 minutes after. I hope you found this beneficial, though. Remember, in an hour from now, you'll get an email from me thanking you for attending, and you can watch the recording of it later, too, if you need to. Watch it again or pass it on to someone else and let them watch it if you think they might need to. Okay? All right. Well, thanks, everyone. I hope you guys have a great day and hope your week's starting off right. And we'll have another webinar on Wednesday, September 1st at 10 a.m. if you want to take this webinar again. All right. Take care. Thanks, Catherine.